Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're gonna take a look at the highest attack team for the Open Great League. At least, like, it's getting kinda close. It's at least half playable. There are a lot of Pokemon that have very similar attack stat. Here I opted to go for the Sharpedo, which is a Shadow variant and gets a buff because of this, as well as the Shadow Alakazam, together with, of course, the squishiest and best on, like, the highest attack Pokemon by far, the Deoxys attack variant. This Pokemon, by the way, has like a bulk level of 800, comparable to like the Bastion or something that has like some bulk level close to 3000. So like it's basically, yeah, basically 1/4 of a Bastion or something on your team, which is kind of wild. But yeah, this Pokemon going to be insanely squishy. They're going to be a lot of very fast games here today because, yeah, my Pokemon, you see the match-shot damage of the Galarian Stunfisk. It is just insane how much damage they take, but it was still a lot of fun to play this. There are other Pokemon that you could also use, for example, that have very close to the same amount of attack stat. For example, I think Katana has pretty similar attack stat, as well as the Pheromosa, but both of them are not Shadow, and I think the Shadow bonus makes Alakazam as well as the Sharpedo at least very close to their attack stat, or even higher than their attack stat. I didn't really look it up, to be fair, but like those two Pokemon are very extremely high in the attack stat, but there's nothing coming even close to the Deoxys attack. Like, honestly, this Pokemon is insane. Of course, we're going to see here mainly games where it went fairly well with this team, and of course, there are going to be also some losses in there. It took a lot of games to get that much gameplay where the team worked fairly well. This is, of course, like, if you don't know, like, Go Bad League mainly is around bulk. You want to have the bulkiest Pokemon. Kinda the bulk is the most important thing for a Pokemon, for Pokemon Go PvP. So neglecting basically the bulk for a Pokemon makes it so much tougher to do anything. Look at the counter damage here. Counter is resisted from the opponent, and our Deoxys attack takes so much damage just from the counter alone. But we're still going to have our Alakazam here, but we don't have a shield, sadly, and the opponent going to be able to go for Ice Punch, which we still survive. You can see the Drapion coming in here right now, and we can actually still go ahead and go for a charge move here with the Fire Punch, going to knock them out, and we can counter down the opponent while still having our Deoxys in the back there with a few HP left. That was actually super close. If they just went for a Scald, they would have knocked us out for sure. But let's take a look at the next game. We're going to have a Galarian Stunfisk in the lead, which is going to be fine for us. It's now a Noctowl swapping in. We will be able to go ahead and go for the Poison Fang here right now in order to get the debuff onto the opponent. We're going to swap out into our Deoxys. Deoxys, again, you see the wing attack damage already. It's insane how much like this Pokemon takes from any kind of fast move. But we will be able to farm them all the way down. We have the Dark Pulse stored, which is really nice for me as well right now. You don't really use this move too often because you usually don't even get there and you just die prior. But Dark Pulse, at least going through here, going to do a ton of damage against these Stunfisk. And non-stab Dark Pulse there doing that much damage is kind of wild. And we just have to hope at this point of time that our Alakazam can win this game for us. But we're gonna counter now the Medicham in the back. Our only hope here right now is to go for the bait, hope that you're gonna get a shield, and hope that you can outspeed them with the Shadow Ball. Let's see, we're gonna get the shield already, which is nice, but can we outspeed them? This is going to be the question here right now. As the opponent gonna go ahead, go for the Ice Punch, we will be able to not outspeed them. And an Ice Punch here is all it takes to knock us out. Of course, we are so squishy. You saw already our health declining that fast because of the counter damage. It is wild. Next opponent, we're going to have a Shadow Charizard in the lead. Very good for us, but it gets even better here right now, as they're going to save swap their Registeel, which we can now counter with the Alakazam. I'm going to actually go ahead and use a shield here. And if we don't get debuffed, which we will never get debuffed from a Focus Blast, we should be even able to farm them all the way down here, allowing us to have so much energy still left, as we can now go ahead and go straight for the Shadow Ball. Maybe they expect the bait here because it would be obvious. But no, we're going to one-shot the opponent's Charizard as well, and in comes now the Lickitung. This is still a tough matchup here, but we can still go ahead and go for the Fire Punch spam against the opponent. As they're going to shield up the first one, can we see a shield for the second one as well? Let's find out right now. It's going to be another shield coming up, and we can swap out into the Sharpedo. Sharpedo now will be able to get some damage onto them, and we resist the lick, but I want to finish up this battle here with our good friend, the Deoxys attack. And we see here right now, it's so close. We literally just got to do the 1 HP left because the lick damage did so much damage to us. It was insane, but we can win this game just barely here, thanks to the Deoxys attack going for a Psycho Boost. This team is so squishy, it is so wild. Let's take a look at here at the next game. We're going to have another Charizard in the lead and another Stunfisk coming in here right now, which does not have, like, want to get hit by this incoming Fire Punch, and we're going to be able to now go ahead and maybe even 2-shield here. Let's see what they're gonna do. I would 2-shield if I was doing it right now again, but no, they're gonna actually go ahead and go for the Rock Slide, and I'm going to be able to at least get the shield advantage here, which I guess is fine, but in hindsight, I would have just 2-shielded, farmed him down, tried to get the shield advantage. I think that would have been better. Let's see what they're going to have in the back here right now. It's going to be hopefully not the Medicham, or it's going to be the Chestnut. If I waited out with like my switch clock a little bit more, I think I would have been fine maybe. Let's see, we're going to be able to go ahead and go for a charge move against the Charizard. They're going to let this move go through, we can knock them out, and I know it's going to come down to the wire, but we have to go for the Poison Fang here right now, and this is going to be a little bit of a tougher one, as you're gonna get now the debuff onto the opponent's defense, but sadly it's not going to be enough, and we're going to go down with 2 shields. Next game coming up. Actually, I didn't even sped up the games as much as I usually do, because those games are just so fast in general that I wouldn't be able to keep up otherwise. So here we're going to see another Noctowl coming in. Fire Punch is coming through, gonna get the shield, which is already very nice, but I kind of want to get another shield here. Hopefully I will be able to do this, but maybe the opponent actually going to go ahead and let this move go through. Let's see. Fire Punch coming through here right now, going to be able to get another shield, which is very good for us, as now we're going to try to just win this game with a Deoxys attack. I'm going to let this move go through, and I'm going to try to farm them all the way down, hoping that there's something in the back that we're going to be able to knock out with the Deoxys. Let's see what's coming in here right now. We're going to encounter the opponents. Let's see, they're going to wait. Galarian Stunfisk is exactly what I didn't want to face. We can still go for another Dark Pulse here. This is going to still do a ton of damage, but if they didn't have something that double resists our fast move, we would have been so much better off. But sadly, actually triple resists our fast move. We basically do 0 damage with our fast moves, even though we have like so much attack. But yeah, we can move on into the next game right now, which is going to be the Sharpedo against the Noctowl. This is going to be interesting as well, as we can go ahead and go for more Poison Fangs here, hopefully. But they're gonna go ahead and go for the charge move first, which is going to be fine. As we can shield this move up, we can go for the Poison Fang, trying to get the debuff onto the opponent's defense there. As we can now swap out afterwards into our Alakazam, trying to farm them down, trying to get the energy advantage. And shielding Alakazam is totally fine, because you're always basically going to be able to get the shield back. Especially with a Swampert swapping in against us. We can go for the CMP tie here, and let's see if this is going to work. We're going to get out now the damage, and we're gonna sadly just get the shield. But it's fine, we're gonna go down to the Hydro Cannon here right now. But maybe, just maybe, our Deoxys attack can farm them down later on, after I can get some damage in with our Sharpedo, and this should be farm down range. Maybe we can just knock out everybody with our Deoxys, but look already at the Mudshot damage, it was insane. Let's see what's coming in here right now. It's going to be the Registeel, always those steel types in the back. Like, honestly, Deoxys attack never gets like anything where the Poison Jab is doing any damage, so that's kind of sad to see, as we're gonna go down here right now. And this is going to be a good game. I really hope that this Pokemon gets like some better fast move, or like something like Psycho Cut or something. That would be so much cooler for this Pokemon, because it's already so squishy. Like, why do not give like an OP moveset anyway, because it doesn't matter for this Pokemon. Would be kind of cool. Like, something better than Poison Jab would be really nice to see. But yeah, we're going to now encounter the Boss Wall, something that I don't want to face with my lead, but I still at least have coverage with my backline, as I'm going to use another shield here, as I should outspeed the opponent. As they're gonna go ahead and go for the lunge. I should be able to go for the Fire Punch, but they're going to swap out into the Swampert, which means we can go for the Shadow Ball. And if they don't shield this, even with a debuff, it says a goodbye here, because like the Alakazam is just going to do so much damage. As we're gonna move on into our Deoxys, we are forced to use a shield here. There's no way around this. Lunge coming through. We will be able to try to farm them down here. We can farm them all the way down. I'm going to swap out immediately. It's going to be the Stunfisk. I have to go for the Poison Fang. I don't reach the crunch in time, but does my opponent know about this? Let's find out here right now. They're going to use their shield, and this was a huge mistake, because they can go ahead and go for the Earthquake here, but this Earthquake is going to knock me out, but I still have my Psycho Boost. Resisted, it doesn't matter. Psycho Boost on this Pokemon is just doing so much damage against no matter what Pokemon you're going to throw it against, and we will be able to just knock them out here. As we can move on into the next game, we have the Pidgeot in the lead. This was actually a game that I was kind of annoyed at, I think, but let's take a look at this one. We're going to now be able to go for a Poison Fang, but not before they go for their own charge move. Of course, it's going to be a Feather Dance, but we're still forced to shield up. And I'm going to swap out here into my Alakazam, getting out the Umbreon. So far, so actually good for us, because we can bait out the Dark Dark type with Alakazam and still do a lot of damage with like the counter damage there. You see already the counter damage here against the Umbreon, I feel like it's even higher than what Machamp does against it, even though Machamp has stab on it. It is insane. But now we're actually gonna go ahead and go into our Deoxys, because while Snarl is super effective, at least Umbreon is a very low attack Pokemon, and Snarl is a very low attack fast move, so we can get so much farm here, and definitely gonna get a shield back against the opponent. Let's see what's coming in here right now against. It's going to be a Swampert, but sadly again, Mudshot is just doing too much damage here right now. And I have to swap out right now, and I can go for the Crunch, but the opponent makes a great catch here. If they didn't make the catch, maybe I still had a chance. Crunch will have definitely knocked them out there, but I had to farm them all the way down without the Crunch damage, basically. Not sure if I would have been able to do this, but if I would have been able to do this, I definitely would have knocked out the Swampert from that range, as Crunch is doing so much damage here. I was actually stuck in the screen here as well, which is kind of funny. I had to restart the entire app, because that's how Pokemon Go works. But yeah, we're going to have now the next matchup. Horrible matchup for us in the lead. Venusaur again, we are going to swap out into the Alakazam, trying to get some advantage here, as they're going to go to a Talonflame here right now. This is not looking good. We're going to have to use... like, we're going to not even get to another charge move here. At least we're going to get a shield advantage, but honestly, I have to hope that my Sharpedo is being enough here to knock out the opponent. They're going to go for the bait first. I can at least farm them down in time, but I forgot to wait out the switch clock, so this is a tough one, as I can go ahead and go for a charge move against them, and hopefully gonna get the shield. I do get the shield, and it's going to be a CMP tie, and this is amazing now, because now it depends if there's something in the back that our Deoxys attack can knock them out. Let's see, we're going to be able to farm them all the way down here, as they're even debuffed in their defense, and we can shield up the Frenzy Plant. It's going to be the Charizard coming in here, and the Charizard only going to hit the field for 1 second, as they're gonna go down immediately from one Psycho Boost, and Deoxys attack is enough to knock out the opponent. Let's see the next game here. We're going to have the Sandstitch in the lead. Very good lead for us, actually, as we're going to be able to resist both fast moves of them, but in comes now a Ninetales, and here you see already how much damage this Pokemon going to do. And yeah, like, if you didn't know, by the way, as well, every time I encountered a Dragon Breath user in the lead, I decided to immediately forfeit. There's no way I can beat Dragon Pokemon, or like Dragon Breath users like Altaria or Dragonite with this team. There's literally no way. Like, my counters resisted against them, my fast move is resisted on my lead here as well, and then I have a Deoxys attack that literally takes like 2 Dragon Breath instead. So like, I always forfeited immediately as soon as I saw a Dragon type Pokemon in the lead. So that's something that definitely keep in mind there. I definitely lost a ton of Edo with this team just because I want to make some fun content for YouTube, right? I think it's worth it. If you think it's worth it, please leave a like on the video as well. And subscribe if you haven't already, yes, you're going to sadly lose against the Zero here. But we're going to have another Venusaur for the final game of today. We can swap into our Alakazam, but they're going to swap into the Registeel right now. And honestly, I should not have went for the Fire Punch here, most likely, as we saw already prior that I would have been able to even farm them all the way down if I just went for the counter down, I think. As they're gonna go for a Focus Blast here anyway, I will be able to get at least enough energy to get to another charge move against the opponent. But it's going to be a tough one, as we kind of have to hope that our Deoxys may be going to be able to deal with the Venusaur from the opponent. I feel like it's going to be such an uphill battle. I don't think there's anything we can do here at this point of time. But actually, we can reach another charge move here, which is maybe the way to go. There's like one thing I have to do here right now. I only have 1 shield and 2 Pokemon that both die to a single charge move. So I'm going to sack my Sharpedo, as I know that they're basically at 100 energy. I can move into my Deoxys here right now. I can try to farm them all the way down, get as much energy as possible. And here, Frenzy Plant gonna get shielded. We see a Lucario in the back, and this is all we needed to see, as our Deoxys attack gonna destroy that thing, and we will be able to win this final game. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Check out the videos on the screen right now, and I'll see you then. Bye bye.